star of the show today is our guest investor, Dean Curry, joining us from Columbus, Ohio. Dean, you're a pretty experienced investor. What do you got going on these days? What kind of investments do you have?
Well, we're thrilled to say that we have 25 doors overall. So including duplexes and all that kind of stuff. We have, most of them are single family. We do have some duplexes wrapped in there, but no more than duplexes. So of course, we have our stuff in the stock market, which is always a fun ride. But once we found real estate investing, we bought our first property in 2013 and really haven't looked back. However, the most recent relationship with JWB, I think we started it sort of at the end of last year in doing some solo K type non-recourse lending. And I know that tab has been taken off of the property of the week, but it's still a viable way to do it. And I was talking to Pablo beforehand about how we actually leveraged some payments, just leveraged some homes that we paid off and used those to buy our first two properties with JWB. So leverage.
You said 25 doors under management? You got 25?
Yes, sir. Yep.
That's awesome, man. That's a heck of a little portfolio right there. You've got, 5 that you own. You just closed on a 6 in Orchard Street and you got another one under contract for mid-August. So soon to be 7. And I am pumped to pick your brain. This is the report that GC puts together for all our guest investors. This, Dean Curry, is your life. All right. So we start off with the client's why, right? When you first come on, that was my experience. You put in here financial freedom, security of passive income, supplemental income, right? We kind of hit on during the call this idea that you have some supplemental income from it, this idea of financial freedom long-term, security of passive income. What do you mean by that?
Well, just again, having a quality team to be able to do this. So I own the asset. I joke that, I've never been to Little Rock, Arkansas, but I know the house is there because I keep on getting tax bills. So I know the house is actually there, right? But it's not something I have to manage. So the security of passive income for me is something that I own this asset. I'm paying the mortgage that somebody else is paying me, and there's a little extra for the good guy, me. But that's the security of passive income for me. And so whether it's in a non-recourse space or a conventional space, the supplemental income is something that, everybody, I always want to have more money than I have, but I'll make do on what I got right now. So.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. So then your lifetime goal of the passive income was $8,000 a month. Your milestone, the number of properties that you want to get to are 10. The amount that you owe here is 5 with an asterisk because you just closed on 2355 Orchard Street on July 6th, and you're under contract to close on another property here in early mid-August. So you're going to be at 7 real quick.
Yep.
And your year to achieve your current milestone of 2023 is 2023 to get to 10, right? So you got 7 right now in 2022, and your date of next purchase is, I guess, August 2022 is this home under contract. So how are you feeling as far as these goals, whether you're on track of them or not? Are you feeling pretty confident in, has the goal moved up? Do you want more passive income? Is there anything that should be changed here?
Probably not. Again, this was just my goals for JWB. So we're already at the lifetime goal and obviously the number of properties. I said we have 25 doors now. So this is just JWB stuff. So I think, and this is quite honestly before we even looked at the 1031 exchange idea. So if my goal was to be at, if I'm reading this right, by 2023 to be at 10 and we're already at 7, trust me, I've got properties right here in Columbus I would love to sell in a heartbeat, but I can't right now for a couple other reasons. But I think that looks pretty good. But I would say we probably will be done for this year and then move in. Is 2023, does it have to be January 1st or can it be December 31st? I want to make sure we have a goal.
Listen, I'm not the keeper of the rules around here, but I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure if you finish 2023 with 10 properties, you've done good.
Doing okay. All right, cool. That's my goal then.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right. So here's the overall portfolio review, right? We talk about it from a portfolio level, right? So it's like what all your properties are doing. You've only been with JWB not that long, right? It's only been September 2021, right? So 9 months, not even a full year. You've had a total net rental income of $4,422. You've already saved $514 in taxes. You've had total principal pay down of $1,293. And a home price appreciation of $91,000, which in a short amount of time is not too shabby. And again, the inflation hedging, consumer price index, leaving your money alone, you'd be losing 9.1% every day. So instead, you're doing all of this. your expected ROI up until this point has been 2.6%. Your actual return on investment, if you were to like liquidate this thing, including the closing costs and all that, would have been 29.6% of your money. So are we beating expectations? Profound yes. What do you think about this when you see it?
Well, again, going back to this chart includes, what is it, 5 properties? 4, I guess 5 properties.
Yep.
One of them we acquired last year in September. So when we very first started, all the rest of them, we acquired them a month and a half, 2 months ago. And for this, so we don't even have a full year on the one, let alone, 6 months on the others. So I understand it's not going to always be 20% appreciation per year, but with the homes not being built because interest rates are going up and the tons of new businesses coming into Jacksonville, it's going to stay that way for a while, in my opinion. I'm no expert, but if I'm happy with it at 4.6, I'm really happy with it at 20. And even if it drops to half next year or 2 years, that's still double of the original 4.6 that was the under promise and the over delivered.
What do you think? What do you think this would look like if, starting in September to now, the amount of capital that you've deployed into this, you would have put into the market?
Well, it depends on what financial planner I wanted to talk to, but I mean, because I am in my 50s, and so I don't want to be really, really aggressive, because again, somebody taught me a long time ago, and maybe it was even Andy Tanner in that book we were talking about earlier. Andy Tanner did a book called 401 Chaos, talked about all the 401 issues that, well, you can read the book. It's a good book. But he said one time, I think it was him, I'll give him the credit, is that if I have a stock and say it loses 50% of its value, I'm sure that's never happened before to anybody, but say it loses 50%, it has to go up by 100% just to get back to even. So if you've got a stock that you lose in 50%, well, if you're 20, you lose 50%. And I'm like, well, that's going to happen if you're going to be really, really aggressive in the stock market. But again, that stock has to go up by 100% just to get back to where you started. And how often is a stock going to go up 100%? And that's why a lot of people got really hurt, back in the last big downturn. My father-in-law was one of those people. He was heavily invested in something that was a sure thing. And then I remember I was with him on the day that he found out the company was being sold, and, boom. And he was 75. So he's not going to have the length of time needed to get back up to where he was when the whole thing went south. So I always try to think about, maybe the market, maybe real estate, and all the protections they put in since the 2008, debacle. I was offered those things too. Oh yeah, what do you make in a year? Oh, well, don't you need to see my W-2? Oh, no, just tell us what you make and we'll base the loan on that. Well, all that stuff is gone. Trust me on this. There are new things put into play. So with all of those new rules and regulations and TRID and all these things that are out there, it's really advantageous for the consumer to make sure that they're not going to be really, really hurt. Whereas I still believe the stock market, again, in my opinion, because I'm not a stock market guy, and that's why I have those people to do that. But, just how long will it take to recover if a significant event happens for whatever reason? And we've seen a lot of significant events happen, in the past couple of years. Hello, pandemic. Hello, Ukraine. Hello, gas price. Hello, whatever it is, your political party, whatever it is in your portfolio, what has to happen to recover just to get back into even is why I'm really looking at real estate, just because it continues to perform, whether it's at 4%, 1%, 21%, whatever it is. And if you're picking the right markets and you're using the right team on your side, then, you cannot help but to be in a better position and having that education to go along with it.
Really well said, man. I appreciate you expressing that because that was very well synthesized. The last thing that we like to show here is, your returns by profit center, right? You got your your rental income over here did pretty good. You got your principal pay down over here. You got your little sliver of tax savings. And, you know, in just this little amount of time, home price appreciation has been the meat of it, right? So like this is illustrating the idea of understanding that if you're in it for a long time and you can count for home price appreciation, it's going to make up the better part of the returns. Dean, you crushed it today, man. Do you have fun?
I did have fun. It was a lot more fun than I thought I was going to have.
Today, the MVP, Dean, was you, man. Really, really appreciate you